Hello. For my presentation, I decided to teach everyone a little bit about incentives in education. I recently learned about incentives in education in my educational psychology class, and I thought they were really interesting and something that I'll definitely use when I become a teacher myself and have my own classroom. Incentives are used to encourage good behavior, and they also are used to reward good behavior. So, a incentive is either an object, an idea, a punishment, or a reinforcement that a student wants to obtain. And in order to obtain that incentive, the student must display proper behavior. And this ideology really coincides with operant conditioning founded by B.F. Skinner. And this is the idea that people's behaviors are directly correlated to the consequences of those behaviors. So, in terms of education, students will behave in a manner that affects what happens after that behavior. So, with incentives, a student will show good behavior if they can acquire that is incentive after displaying the proper behavior. So incentives also aid educators in classroom management. Reward systems are a great way to keep your students on track. They're a great way for students to demonstrate proper behavior, and not only this, but allow other students to see how their peers are obtaining these incentives. And the one thing about incentives is that they must be regularly updated because if an incentive is overused or saturated, it will no longer be able to reward the students enough for them to maintain the proper behavior. So you need to keep updating the incentives, or the students will get bored and no longer desire the incentive that keeps them displaying good behavior. So I'm going to show you some examples of incentives throughout the different grade levels in school. So incentives in elementary schools can include stickers, it can include extra playtime. Show and tell is a very popular elementary school incentive. Dance parties, having a student be the line leader. Elementary school children really like showy things like stickers or little pens or marks on their paper. They enjoy playtime, they enjoy showing and tell. So, all of these little incentives, if you remind them of them and show other students that once they do proper behavior, they will receive this, will really keep elementary school students in line. So for middle school incentives, this can include extra recess, homework pass, pizza parties, field trips, pajama days. At my old field placement myself, I noticed that the teacher uses the incentive of extra recess frequently. And this gets the children so excited. They would do anything for 5 minutes of extra recess. And the minute she puts the extra recess on the table, the children are diligently at work and completing whatever they need to complete for that day. Finally, high school. High school is where it gets a little bit more tricky from elementary and middle school because high school students are constantly changing and you never really know what they want. But some ideas include dress down days, which means that students don't have to follow the dress code that day, tickets to sporting events at their local high school, gift cards, test exemptions are a great way to keep students maintain an A in your class throughout the entire year is if you allow them to exempt the final if they manage to get an A in your class, and school dances are a big event that high schoolers also look forward to. Thank you.